Welcome to Pit Stop TV. This is Andrew Cardinale up here in the booth as always, and another interesting broadcast here at the channel. Today we're going to have the Skip Barbers at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can see them gritting up here. Bit of a late start. Had some channel difficulties here in TeamSpeak, but now that we're getting going, this is a 40-lap race. Just want to get that out there. A 40-lap race around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And quite honestly, I don't know what to expect. They go about 120 down the straightaways, and that's about it. So it's going to be a very interesting race. I think it's named quite adequately, and we're going to go ahead and go down to the grid, go through the grid. It's going to be Kelly Dahl on pole, followed by Kaz Bedford. And no, it is not. That is wrong. Let me fix that real quick. ATVO has been giving me some fits, so we're going to see if I can fix that. There we go. So it's Kaz Bedford on the pole, followed by Corey Silva. And he'll be starting from the second position. That's row number 1. Row number 2 gives us Evan Black and Kelly Dahl, followed up by Tyler Herr, Travis McDaniel, David Weishart, Jesse Kaplan, Simon Thorns, and Mark Day, rounding out your top 10. In row number 6, it's Cody Tabor, then Stephen Wilson in 12th. 13th goes to Logan Kress, 14th to Zach Campbell, and 16th looks like goes to Brandon Kreutz. Michael DeGroat will be starting 15th. He was slotted 17th, will be taking over my position. Cole Borgstadt will be starting on the outside of row number 9. And that completes your field here today from Indianapolis Motor Speedway as they get ready to roll off of the grid. This should, again, be a very interesting one. This is one of those races that you really don't know what's going to happen until it happens. So, really, again, I just don't quite know what to expect. But hopefully we get some viewers here on the channel. And to go ahead now and make your bets in the chat if you're watching. We've got 3 watching so far, so go ahead and now make your bets because I really don't know who's going to win. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason as to who's going to win. Although I will say there will only be 2 cautions in this race, and the reason I know this is because that is the race format. There will only be 2 cautions set off by the admins. They will come at the completions of lap number 10 and lap number 25. So it's basically stage racing with no cautions in between. That's going to produce some interesting racing. You're going to have to make sure you get to the end of that stage rather than wrecking out early and not having a caution to save you. So we'll see how these guys do. Again, though, this will just be something interesting. You can see the PTRTV Slowpoke 100 decal up at the top. That will be there for quite a bit. But first, let's go ahead and look at some of our race facts going into tonight's 40-lap race. It's a 100-mile race around a 2.5-mile super speedway in Indianapolis, USA. And it's a bit warm out here, kind of 78 degrees. It's not too bad. iRacing defaults actually, and very little wind here in Speedway, Indiana. So as we get ready to get going, coming out of turn number 4, I'm gonna see how loud these cars are right quick. Gonna crank it up for the start of this race, and I'll be right back. And quite frankly, that's as loud as I could make these cars. I even cranked the decibels up to 6 decibels over the limit here in OBS. These things are quiet, they're slow, but they're a lot of fun to watch. You see these guys getting 3 wide on lap number 1 out of turn number 2. That's the 5 car. I'm not even sure of the name. David Weishart actually in the number 5 Penske throwback down on the inside. And a lot of these guys, I think, are kind of equating this to Indy Lights. And I think that's where the whole Penske Indy throwback comes from. And 4 wide lap number 1 through turn number 3. So we were quiet for that start. Oh, and actually contact right there out of turn number 3. We were quiet for the start, and we got pretty much nothing. I was expecting a little bit more noise from these Skip Barbers, but they are just so quiet. If you race them on iRacing you know just how they are, and they really are just a silent beast here. But 4 wide for the lead out of turn number 4, coming to lead lap number 1. Who's it going to be? It looks like Zach Campbell in the 15 with help from Steven Wilson in the number 16, and everything's completely different lap number 2 here into turn 1. It's 3-4 wide again. These guys are just all over this track. You see a couple of guys up by the wall. This is insane watching this. We have about, I think, 14, 16 cars contacting turn number 2. They save it. No, they're not going to save that. Oh, and another incident there, and these guys, again, they don't have a caution, so I'm going to try and keep mostly to live feed here, but I also want to find where that wreck was, and I think it involved Stephen McDaniel. And actually, no, Kelly Dahl with some big troubles down there on the bottom of the track. And really, again, this is just something I don't even know how to call this race. This is just insane. So Kelly Dahl, the number 99, you see that blue car dip in behind that other blue car, so it's kind of confusing to explain, but the third car in line, right in the middle of your screen, and he's going to make contact with the 19, and then the 30 car. The 30... let me find that for you. Watch him flip into the turn 2 wall. That was a massive wreck for him. The number 30 is going to be, if I can find him, Logan Kress. So that was who made contact with him there. Now back to live feed. Lap number 2 in the books. Jesse Kaplan, currently your leader. Tyler Hurd now relegated to the top side. He's trying to get that position. He's second place. Cole Borgstadt on the bottom side. Then it's Cody Tabor getting into the fray. Now we have David Weishart getting back into it. And up on that top side, I see a new car that might actually be the 16 again. So we'll see if we can get to him. That's Steven Wilson. We'll go on board with him, actually, here in just a moment. So yeah, this is kind of a live look. Oh, and a big wreck in turn number 3, just as I go on board with somebody. And we'll see if we can check that one out here in a second. You see the mangled number 16 there. And this is just a fun race. There are $20 up for grabs. 5 wide it was into turn number 3 for a moment. That's probably where this contact's going to come from. It was the 02 and the 10. They made contact, spin into Steven Wilson, and it's just on from there. The 02 and the 10 would be, I know Cody Tabor's the 10, so maybe we can get something going there. Let's see if I can find them. The 02 was Jesse Kaplan, so we'll get a replay once more. You see the contact, and it's just on like Donkey Kong. They wreck into turn 3. They take David Weishart with them, and you see some of the new iRacing grass graphics actually at work there. So now 3 laps in the books, coming around to 3.5 laps, and actually that's Cole Borgstadt leading the way. Only 3 cars in the lead pack. Cody Tabor's still in it. A great run from him thus far to still be in this, and you can see just how spread out this field now is, with just 3 cars in the lead pack. A little ways further back, Corey Silva, Zach Campbell, and Evan Black make up the second pack in this field, and behind them, it looks like it's going to be Simon Thornton. No, there's a group in between. Mark Day, Brennan Kreutz are in the 3rd overall group on this speedway right now. And behind them, finally, we get to Simon Thorns and Logan Kress. This is some good racing here, but I think they're just trying to get into a line and get settled in. So Simon Thorns, the 57 on the outside right there of turn number 4. And it's going to be Logan Kress coming into pit. That's the number 30. Looks like he might have some damage. The car is kind of dog walking in. Maybe not. Might have just been getting down to speed for the pits. But back here on lap number 5 now, 4 laps in the books. It's going to be Tyler Hurd leading. He has help from Cody Tabor. Cole Borgstadt, meanwhile, on the bottom side, trying to hang on to the position. He's going to lose the lead at least for a corner. We'll see if he can make a comeback down the straightaway. Cody Tabor opts to go high, and he's going to help out Tyler Hurd, it looks like. And we'll wait for these guys to come into turn number 3. You can see how long it's going to take them. You can see them in the middle of the ticker coming down the long back straightaway. There's a car. I'm not even sure of who that one is, but that's the lead pack right there. Those 3 cars, and not far behind, it's going to be Corey Silva leading the way in pack number 2. And this is going to be an interesting little pack to watch. It's only 3 cars, but Corey Silva, Zach Campbell, and Evan Black. I know they're likely just going to work together most of this race. And granted, we have the stage coming up. You know, it's important for these guys to work together right now, make the time up that they can, and try and get back into this lead fight. 5 laps now in the books, and across the line, it's going to be Tyler Herr leading the way, Cody Tabor second, Cole Borgstadt third. If you're enjoying what you see so far, make sure you let me know and go ahead and leave a like on this video, be it live now or uploaded to YouTube later on. A big move there from Cole Borgstadt. He wants to look for the lead. He goes to the inside, down the back straightaway. Here comes Cody Tabor. He's going to follow the 90 car. He wants to get by Tyler Herr, and I'm sure they see those cars in their rear view mirrors. So now Cole Borgstadt down to the bottom side with the advantage, followed up by Cody Tabor trying to help him out. So the lead battle of just 3 cars coming around to complete lap number 6 of 40 long laps. These laps take about a minute and 12 seconds roughly, so these are definitely very long laps. It's still going to take about an hour, I think, overall to do this race. It's going to be an interesting one, though. We're coming up closer and closer as the time wears on to the end of stage number 1. And that will come at the completion of lap number 10. That's going to set up for some pit stops, a chance to refuel these cars, get new tires, and of course, you know, just regroup as a whole. We'll see how that goes for some of these guys. Now here from the nose cone of Evan Black, the number 92, he's 6th. And the second pack has definitely caught the lead pack. They have been working together nicely. They're within the draft at this point to try and pull up to those guys leading this race. So you can see the bump draft, it is definitely being used. Whether or not it's a good idea, that's to be determined. You see these guys are almost just one cohesive pack now here. First through 6th, and they're going to meet up right here, probably out of turn 4. Oh, and the 19 gets turned. Tyler Herr goes up and over a couple of Skip Barbers there. That takes him completely out of the lead battle. He led a couple of laps, barely gets missed there. Good thing he got missed, though. Mark Day going to continue on with little damage. Corey Silva going to continue on, but I believe he had some damage. We'll go back and get a replay on this. And Cody Tabor just drifted right up into Tyler Herr. Corey gets some wing damage, but continues on. We'll see how he does later on. He's currently 4th. So now, Cole Borgstadt, your leader, and it's still a 3-car battle up at the front, but we have a new entrant into this battle. It's going to be the number 92 of Evan Black. PTRTV represented on the sides of the car. And PTRTV is actually getting absorbed by LSR-TV here soon, but definitely want to give a shout out to the guys over at Primetime Racing Television. You know, Corey Silva, Evan Black, Brandon Kreutz, and more. I know there's more, I'm just not exactly sure. I know Michael DeGroat has been big in their development. And they're finally going to go ahead and back off the scene just a little bit, help out LSR-TV, and you know, have some fun doing it. This 3-car battle, though, 3 wide, even through turns number 3 and 4, and Evan Black leading the way on that top side. Of course, he only has 1 chance, and actually, no, he's going to get behind the 15 of Zach Campbell. So actually, it's worth mentioning Zach Campbell also came up to this battle with Evan Black. And so 2 of the 3 cars that were originally in this lead battle after the first few wrecks of the race are still, or no longer part of this lead battle, actually. 2 of the 3 from the second group have now entered this fray for the lead. Corey Silva a little ways further back on his own. And again, leave your comments on who you think is going to win. And, you know, of course, refer back to those comments if you make your pick. Again, I have no clue who even has a chance to win this thing. This is such a wild card race that there's really no way to pick. I don't think. So we'll see what these guys do. Evan Black going to go down to the bottom side. He's going to get in behind Cole Borgstadt. Cole Borgstadt, the number 90. Now Evan Black to the bottom side of Cole Borgstadt. He wants to take the lead away. He might just have what it takes to do it if Zach Campbell follows him. No, Zach Campbell's going to go to the high side. He's going to work with Borgstadt. So now Evan Black has to try and clear Borgstadt. He almost does. Gets shuffled back down to the bottom side. Borgstadt with the run. And Campbell now all the way to the bottom. Can't make anything happen. Borgstadt leads that lap. Zach Campbell swerving in and out of the top and middle lanes. Just, I think, having fun at that point. And Borgstadt now going to sit right on the right rear of Evan Black. Evan Black clears him out of 1, almost makes contact out of turn number 1. They get going, though. Evan Black all the way down, almost on the curbing there. Borgstadt a little ways back now. Took a wider line, and I think he's going to try and use the draft to get a pass made into 3, but even the draft doesn't help you enough. He's going to pull up to him here into turn number 3. Doesn't do anything with it. He'll sit behind patiently for now. And now he makes the move. Here comes Zach Campbell. He makes it 3 wide into turn number 3. This formation has reset to a couple of laps to go. This is coming to the stage win, or I guess the stage end. You don't get anything for winning the stage, but this will be where we get our first caution, the completion of lap number 10. Evan Black now in the middle. He wants to get a run on Borgstadt. He's going to have Zach Campbell helping. Now Zach Campbell going to go to the aid of Borgstadt. Now he's going to go all the way down to that inside wall. He wants a run at the money here. Or not so much the money, but at least the completion of stage number 1. It's going to be Evan Black across the line first, Cole Borgstadt second, and followed up by Zach Campbell in third. And I believe these guys will be doing cautions by their own mechanisms, so it doesn't look like iRacing will be mandating this caution. And iRacing will be calling any caution, so they're going to run this caution by their own system, so I'm sure the admin, Corey Silva, is coming over the mic, making sure everybody knows what to do. They're going to pack up. We're going to take a commercial break and be right back for the restart.
On January 1st of this year, we made a major announcement when we added Porsche as our newest partner. The first car we added to the sim was the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, and at the same time we announced that we would be adding several more Porsches in the future. For the next Porsche, we wanted something special, something unique, something that hasn't been seen in a racing sim before, and something definitively Porsche. Today, that Porsche is here. So here we are in northern New Hampshire, where we found the perfect diesel Porsche. It's a model P133, and we're super excited to be able to scan it today. That should take us about 8 hours or so. After that, we'll do photo reference and sound recording. Then we're back to the office to build the sucker. When we're done with this project, we'll have the most authentic tractor ever built. Take that, farming simulator. It'll take some time and a lot of company resources, but we can definitely say
Red Bull GRCs are now available on iRacing. I personally put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, developing the cars, the tracks, the dirt, making sure it is authentic as possible, and I really think you guys are going to love it. The best part is that this 600 horsepower Volkswagen Beetle is free to all members. So get signed up now and come race me online.
Once again, photo finish here of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerit at the line.
We are back here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I believe we have one to green this time by. Again, these guys are running these cautions manually through their own devices. Actually, no, they just restarted, so that's my bad, just the communication error, but they are restarted almost 5 wide into turn number 1, at least 4 wide. See some of these guys vying for position, wheel to wheel, almost making contact there. I got kind of caught off guard, but it's going to be, I believe, Mark Day leading the way in the number 43. Corey Silva now on the bottom side. He's looking for the lead. He wants to get up into first place and challenge for a race win out of turn number 2, 4 wide again. Corey Silva on the bottom, Simon Thorns through the middle, and way up at that top side, I'm not even sure who that is. I think that's Mark Day. Right in the middle behind now, Simon Thorns. Out to the bottom side, it's Tyler Herr. That's the number 19. He's looking for the lead once again, and he was one of the top drivers in that previous run. Now Mark Day settles for 3rd, and Logan Kress up into 4th. So that whole bit kind of caught me off guard. That's my bad, but now I know for the next restart. Want to go a little ways back to some of these guys vying for a top 10 right now. And a big wreck out of turn number 2. Tyler Herr goes back around. Luckily, not too many cars are involved. Tyler Herr, though, undergoing another huge setback in this race. I believe Evan Black may have been involved as well. So we'll get a replay here. I think Logan Kress initiated what goes on here, so we'll get a view on him specifically. And this really was an interesting one because I think they just made contact out of 4 and sent her spinning. You see Logan Crest looking to the bottom side, just gets right into her. He spins down into the 30. No, wait, that was a different Valvoline car that made the initial contact. That's my bad there. I'm not sure of which driver that was. Maybe we'll be able to find out later on. But back up front, currently live, Mark Day has to settle for second place. Now back to third. Cole Borgstadt on the bottom side, supporting none other than Steven Wilson back into the front. Now Borgstadt to the middle. He goes for the lead. He's going to get it for now. Mark Day behind him. On the bottom side, it's going to be Travis McDaniel making his first appearance up in the front. So Travis McDaniel looking for the lead. He's on the bottom, that black and green machine. He's going to have some help a little further back, but he's going to basically fall out of this fray for now. Up ahead, Cole Borgstadt still in second place, now up into first momentarily, and he's going to lead into turn number 1. The 15, Zach Campbell in the middle. That's Steven Wilson on the bottom behind the 90 of Borgstadt. Now he goes to the middle side. Zach Campbell to the top. He's in front of Mark Day. Corey Silva behind him. On the bottom side, trying to get up to Cole Borgstadt is going to be Travis McDaniel once again entering the fray. You see how quickly they can come back from a setback. A big shake up there at turn number 2 puts Zach Campbell on the bottom of Cole Borgstadt. Steven Wilson on the top side, Mark Day going backwards. Now with just over 10 laps to go to the next caution, almost contacted a 4. You can't go 4 wide, guys, but they're going to do it anyways. Now Wilson backs out, Mark Day as well. Cole Borgstadt, Zach Campbell still going at it for the lead. Steven Wilson trying to re-enter the fight. He's going to go high. Thinks better of it for a moment, then gets back up there. He has support from Mark Day. Borgstadt trying to defend that line. Now Wilson going to get in behind him. Meanwhile, here comes Travis McDaniel. He's trying to mount on charge once more. His charge stalls out. Steven Wilson, Cole Borgstadt at it for the lead. Drag race to the line. I believe that was Borgstadt that time. Now McDaniel in second place. He's on the inside of Thorns and Day. Day backs out. Now it's going to be Weishart up on the top side. Silva behind him. You still have a couple of guys tagging on to the end. I think Kelly Dahl might be one of them, and he is. So we'll go on board with him and just watch this fray take on. And Indianapolis is mostly regarded as a flat track, but we'll show you the banking these cars have to go into here into the corner in just a moment. You'll see it load up, and that's what they have to work with. So there isn't a whole lot of banking, but there is some, and it definitely helps these cars stay almost wide open. You can hear Kelly Dahl kind of feathering it a little bit. Corey Silva at the back of this pack as well. And as they come right at us out of turn number 4, it's the 15, Zach Campbell on the bottom side, McDaniel in the middle, Day back on the top. Now Travis McDaniel looking for something big here, going for the lead, and he has it at the line. Mark Day second place. Corey Silva backs out. Now Steven Wilson through to the middle side. He wants to try and get to the outside of Travis McDaniel. That shuffles Mark Day back out of it. Behind him is Cole Borgstadt, who is, for now, settled back a couple of positions. He's 4th. Zach Campbell now to 5th. Almost contact out of 2. Great save by them. Steven Wilson all the way to the bottom side. He wants to visit the grass for a moment. He does so, and he's going to get a pretty good position into 3, but no help, so he's going to fall back. Now McDaniel, the innermost car that has a chance. Wilson actually got a run there. He side drafted Campbell. That gets him the nose into 3. They're about even with each other 3 wide. Oh, and Campbell goes way to the bottom side into the grass to try and get his nose underneath Wilson. Did momentarily, then had to back out. He'll fall back a little bit. He has grass on the tires. That's going to mess with the tires a little bit. Here comes Corey Silva making a big move into the middle. He wants to go 4-5 wide out of turn number 4. These guys are going for every little bit here. Coming to the line, it's going to be Borgstadt with the lead, Silva 4th. It was McDaniel and Day in the middle. 3 wide now into 1. Silva backs out. McDaniel's still in the middle. Day is still on the top, and that is still Borgstadt leading on the bottom. Now McDaniel has the aid of Campbell. Never mind. Campbell to the middle side. It's going to be McDaniel on the top, trying to get Wilson to help him out. It's Borgstadt on the bottom side with the help of Silva and Weishart. Now Weishart ditches that line to go a little bit higher. Wilson now behind Campbell. Thorns behind him. Dahl behind it all. And almost contact between, I believe that was Mark Day and Simon Thorns into the 3. They get it sorted out. Now Travis McDaniel going back once more. It's Steven Wilson and Zach Campbell mounting a charge in the middle. Campbell gets shuffled out by the nose of Wilson, and he's chasing that 15. You can't do that. You're going to wreck him. They get it sorted out somehow, though. 4 wide out of turn number 4. They're coming back to the line. Coming to the line here, trying to lead the lap is going to be Steven Wilson. He has the most help. He's going to get it. Steven Wilson goes down to the bottom. He wants to defend that lead for a moment, but Campbell and now McDaniel on the top side, 3 wide. They're challenging him from above. It's going to be Simon Thorns now getting into it. He's in the middle. He's behind Campbell. Here comes Borgstadt on the bottom. He wants to get underneath Wilson. Can't do it yet. Mark Day now to the middle side. He's going to follow Campbell, then backs out. Got too tight for him. Simon Thorns squeezed him a little bit. Simon Thorns now following the 9 car on the top side. That is McDaniel. That's giving the top side a ton of charge down the back straightaway into turn number 3. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though. Into 3, it's going to be Mark Day leading. Zach Campbell now on the bottom side. He goes to the inside of Day, ditches the 43 car. Now McDaniel with the crossover. He's going to get to the inside of Day, but has to do something with Campbell. Not going to be easy. Wilson and Thorns go at it side by side. Wilson going to get the run. Thorns backs out. Now it's going to be Borgstadt in 5th, looking for some more positions as he passes Simon Thorns. Corey Silva to the middle. Now he backs out to get behind Simon Thorns. It's going to be a 4 wide battle once again coming to the line. That is Campbell on the bottom side. He backs out. Mark Day going to lead this lap. Travis McDaniel, sorry, 2nd. And now that's Steven Wilson, who was just 3rd. He leads into 1. Weishart back into 4th. He wants to get back into the fray. Borgstadt goes above him. 3 wide into 2. It's going to be the 16 of Wilson on the bottom, the 43 of Day in the middle, Travis McDaniel up top. He's going to squeeze that right rear. Can't do anything with it, so they come 3 wide out of turn number 2. It's Weishart and Campbell on the bottom side leading the way. Now Mark Day gets a big run. He takes over the lead. McDaniel on the top side, he wants a piece of it, and he has the help of Borgstadt. Borgstadt's been one of the toughest guys to beat so far. Granted, we're only halfway through this race, coming to halfway this time by. If you haven't made a pick just yet, be sure to do so. The action is picking up. We've got 3 viewers out there. Let's pump those numbers up as well. Share it around. Share it to your friends. Get your mom to watch. David Weishart in the middle of all this mess has Corey Silva behind him. Now Silva going to help out Wilson while Day and McDaniel have a drag race to the line. Borgstadt helping Day, but it isn't enough. McDaniel leads that lap. Weishart 4th. Borgstadt 3rd. Day 2nd. Now Day has the advantage into 1 with the bottom side. He holds off Weishart for now. Weishart now to the bottom side. Can't get there. It's going to be Campbell getting to the middle of this fray. He suddenly has reappeared. He wants the lead back from Mark Day. He's going to get it momentarily through turn number 2. And you can see this pack is still mostly cohesively together. 3 wide into turn number 2. It's Weishart on the bottom in the 2nd row. Now 4 wide into the corner. They somehow are still going. These guys have no fear, it seems like. That's Campbell and Borgstadt in the middle. Silva on the top side. He backs out. Mostly just loses steam. Dahl in the back. Weishart now falls back there as well. 3 wide once more. Mark Day leads. Zach Campbell's 2nd place. He's going to go to the outside of Mark Day. He wants the help from Borgstadt. We'll see if he actually gives it to him. It's going to be McDaniel supporting Day. Now he dips to the inside. He has a run. McDaniel looking for the lead here at the line. He has it. McDaniel, your leader. Day and Campbell almost make contact with Thorns, and now big contact. McDaniel into Day. Will he save it? No. So McDaniel loses all of that progress. He'll fall way back. Thankfully, he has that caution to lean on here in a handful of laps, but that's now 8 cars up in the lead pack. Mark Day back to the bottom side after contact with the 9. He has support from the 15 of Campbell on the bottom side. That was a risky bump. Now Borgstad to the outside of Thorns. He's going to bring Corey Silva. Corey Silva a little bit to the top side. Now he's going to fully commit to Borgstad. Now it's Campbell on the bottom side of Day. That's for the lead. A little further back, it's Thorns moving that 90 up. The 90 going to fall back a little bit. Weishart looking for it on the bottom. Oh, and contact for the lead. It is Campbell and Day. Out of turn 4, Campbell has the lead. Day had a run. He's going to lose that. Almost hitting the wall is Campbell. Now it's Simon Thorns at the top side. He wants to lead. He has a head of steam. He's going to have it at the line. It was Simon Thorns. He leads a lap finally. Big move from him. Now it's Wilson at the bottom side. He's back into the lead battle. Wilson on the inside of Day. Day in the middle, and Thorns on the top side. He backs out. He let a lap. He is happy. It's going to be Mark Day through the middle, who currently has the lead into turn number 2. He has the support from the 99 of Kelly Dahl, who's finally entered the fray. Kelly Dahl, I think, finally feels confident enough to race with these guys. Big move from Corey Silva. He goes to the bottom. He makes it 3 wide. Now he's going to go to the middle. He's going to make it 4 wide, going for the lead. Corey Silva finally getting somewhere. 5 wide into turn number 3. Campbell backs out. He loses some steam. It's going to be Wilson on the outside of Silva for the lead. Silva, your leader, 3 wide behind. Campbell pushing him, and it's going to be Day on the outside of Campbell trying to get a run. Here comes Borgstad. Will he go high or low? He goes to the middle, trying to support Silva, who just got uprooted by Campbell. Now Campbell to the bottom, Silva to block. Borgstad to the top side, Mark Day in the middle. Borgstad has the run. Mark Day is going to lead the lap. Weishart to the middle, now making it 4 wide into 1. Silva backs out. 3 wide battle for the lead again. It's Weishart on the bottom this time, Mark Day through the middle, and that's Borgstad up top. It's the 15 of Campbell aiding the 5 on the bottom side. The 5 is Weishart. 57 of Thorns coming now. Big contact. They're going to wreck. Oh, and a nasty wreck for Weishart and Silva, and more involved, and here comes Kress. He gets by it. And more drivers there getting by. Stephen Wilson still in it. Mark Day as well. Simon Thorne's still moving, but he made some contact, I believe, as well. He went right into the middle of it. Actually got through until then. Did a wheelie, came back down. Kelly Dahl got hit pretty hard, I believe, or did he back out? So we'll watch David Weishart here, the 5-car Marlboro on the bottom. He makes contact with Campbell. Campbell squeezed him too hard. That initiates it. The 90 goes spinning. That's Borgstad. Weishart hits Silva. That's that wreck. We'll go back to live television here, and it's Mark Day, your leader. Wilson second, Thorns third. So they're still in it. Now 3-wide battle for third. Kelly Dahl still in it. He gets a big run into 1. Kelly Dahl making a power move. Campbell's still in this somehow. He looks like he needs to go to the pits, but he's going to keep with it. It's going to be Simon Thorns falling back to 5th by a little ways. He didn't get in line quite when he needed to. Now, the big battle moves back here. 5 cars vying for 6th through 10th. Evan Black, Brandon Kreutz, a couple of the notables here. McDaniel joined the fray. And it's Logan Kress here as well. He's a lap down. So Kaz Bedford following up. He is 9th. So this battle is actually 6th through 9th plus 1 lapped car. McDaniel making some moves. Kress has backed out. Now it's going to be Evan Black and Brandon Kreutz going for the positions. I believe at the front we've finally... No, we're coming to the caution here. It's Wilson and Day battling for the lead side by side out of turn number 4. Day on the top side, Wilson on the bottom. They don't have help. It's a matter of who can draft to the line. Day in front. Wilson can draft. Wilson, can he get a run? He makes the run to the inside. They're side drafting to the line. Wilson. Kelly Dahl third. Then it's going to be Simon Thorns and the 15 of Zach Campbell. So that gives us our second of 2 cautions for the night. Once more, we'll take a commercial break and be right back with our last little bit to the end. Welcome back here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're getting ready to go back racing. They are lining up. You can see the field on the bottom of turn number 3, or at least the entry thereof, getting ready to get back going. You can see them all waiting to line up. It'll be a single file restart one more time whenever they come back around to get going. So when they get the command to get back going, we'll be here. My mic will be off for just a moment. I'll be right back. Alrighty, Stephen Wilson will be our leader. This is a look at the top 10. Currently, Mark Day has 7 laps left. I believe that is the most. Zach Campbell with 2, Simon Thorns with 2, Stephen Wilson with 1 thus far, Evan Black with 2, Travis McDaniel with 3, Cole Borgstadt with 4. We'll take a look at the second page. It's Tyler Herr and Jesse Kaplan both leading laps here. Cody Tabor 11th. We'll get ready to get going here. It's going to be Stephen Wilson leading the way to the restart. And as we get ready to get back going, that is the wrong camera, I apologize. Coming to the restart, Stephen Wilson in control, the number 16. Mark Day in tow, Kelly Dahl 3rd. They're lining up the way they came across the line. Wilson starts off there at the start-finish line. He gets a big jump over Mark Day, Kelly Dahl 3rd. Evan Black to the outside of the number 99 in the number 92. And it's going to be McDaniel going to the outside of him. That was a bad move there. He has no support. It's going to be Logan Kress falling in behind Black. That was a decent move there for the 30 of Logan Kress. Kaz Bedford going to fall into 6th. McDaniel falls back to 7th. Zach Campbell 8th. This is where a lot of the guys who were just battling for the lead went before, well, they were battling for the lead before that wreck. They're going to be very aggressive here. I'd expect another wreck from this group here. But up ahead, Mark Day still your leader. McDaniel trailing. Now Kress leads into turn number 3. He has help from Evan Black. Evan Black supporting him. He is in 2nd now on the bottom side. Kaz Bedford following him. Now Black to the top side. He wants to lead. Mark Day going to have to support him. Meanwhile, further back, Zach Campbell's still in it. Cole Borgstadt as well. Cody Tabor's back here. He's 11th. Corey Silva comes across 12th. He's going to be looking for some more positions here. 5 wide for the lead. It's Evan Black and Tyler Herr going at it, along with Mark Day, Kaz Bedford, and Logan Kress. That time, I believe it was Tyler Herr leading. He takes command of this race once more. It's going to be Campbell on the bottom, following Tyler Herr, the leader. Mark Day in the middle. Now Kaz Bedford to the top side. Haven't seen him much. Now it's Campbell to the bottom of Tyler Herr, and it's Bedford in the wall. He goes backwards. Logan Kress getting back into the fray. He's the second of 2 Valvoline machines. He has Cody Tabor to his outside. 3 wide now once more for the lead. Tyler Herr second. Now he's going to fall back even more. Mark Day on the bottom side. He's going to have help from Campbell here in a moment. Kress outside of him. Herr going to fall back into the middle behind Kress. Kress has the run. Almost makes contact with Day there out of turn number 3. These guys are racing very aggressively. They want to win $20. However, if they cause an incident, I believe they don't get those $20. I believe it goes to whoever's next. And big contact there. Cody Tabor spins out Tyler Herr. We're going to keep on the live battle for the lead. Oh, it's going to be Wilson in the fence. He's flipping in front of the field, and he's going to collect McDaniel. More contact as they wreck. I'm trying to get on it. There it is. And Wilson just falls further and further back. Huge, huge, terrible break for him. We'll get a replay here. Just drives into the fence, trying to get to the inside of Campbell. Flips up, almost takes out Kress. Ends up taking out McDaniel instead. McDaniel somehow continued on. Then got Kelly Dahl. Kelly Dahl continued on. So I think some netcode helped the field out there. Otherwise, Stephen Wilson would have taken out a few cars. Mark Day still your leader. He's got to deal with Logan Kress and more. Zach Campbell in 3rd, McDaniel in 4th, and they're mostly leading to the top side until now. Kress going to fall back to the bottom. He has a Valvoline machine behind him, but it's Mark Day on the top side. Oh, and a big move there from Campbell to get to the bottom of Crest. Now 3 wide into 4. McDaniel going to opt for the bottom side. Bedford in the middle. He's joining this fray once more. He's 5th. He got in the wall a little while ago, but he's still in it. Here comes Kelly Dahl as well. He's the number 99. You see a few cars behind them. That's got Cole Borgstadt, Corey Silva, Evan Black, and more. Weishart, I believe, is in that fray. Mark Day is still your leader, though. I believe he's led the most laps thus far. Big run so far today from him. 10 laps to go. That's 25 miles if you're keeping count. Zach Campbell leading on the bottom, but not by much. About a nose cone over Mark Day. Logan Crest going to support him. Then it's actually now Logan Crest to the top side. Kelly Dahl still on the bottom. Now Campbell to the bottom once more. I'm losing track of these two cars. It was Crest who was moving around. Now Borgstadt's back up in it. He's through the middle side. He wants back into the lead. He's going to get it, at least for now, at least for turns 3 and 4, it looks like. Mark Day on the top side. He loses some ground. Here comes McDaniel on the bottom, helping out Campbell and Borgstadt. Now Campbell goes to the top. McDaniel almost collects Day. They continue on. Campbell looking for the lead once more. Borgstadt still leading, but not for long. Here comes Mark Day and Zach Campbell. They're drafting on the top side. Campbell not with much help, but Day has Bedford a little further back. McDaniel looking to the inside of Borgstadt, going to slow him down across the line. It's Day once more, 4 wide, and they're close to making contact into 1. They back out of it, or well, at least Borgstadt does. Now just 3 wide. It's Campbell on the bottom side, currently your leader. Crest on the top. He falls back to 4th. He's going to fall back some more. Weishart now back in it. Here comes Evan Black. He's 6th place. McDaniel 7th. Simon Thorne's 8th. And this is where we find Kaz Bedford once again. Then it's Corey Silva rounding out your top 10. And Kelly Dahl, who was 3rd at that caution, now back to 11th. I think he's playing the back of this pack like a smart man. We saw him get to 3rd by doing so before that last caution. We'll see if it works out to get him the win. Big moves here from the Valvoline Machines. It was Campbell to the bottom side. Crest moved a little ways down. Not quite as far down, though. And it's a big line on the bottom. Valvoline Machines leading. Weishart now into the mix. Here comes Mark Day on the top side. He wants to lead once more. Mark Day will lead this lap, in fact. Valvoline Machines settling for 3rd and 4th. And they almost make contact, those two. Weishart supporting Borgstadt on the top side. That's going to put Borgstadt back into this battle for the lead. But Crest going to lead on his own for now. Here comes the field by the static camera in turn number 2. And that's a great view of this whole pack right here. This is really something else. This is a great race they've put on so far. A bit aggressive from some guys, but it's been fun to watch nonetheless. Now Mark Day, your sole leader, but here comes Campbell back to the bottom side. He has help from Crest for a moment. Now Crest to the middle. Crest did not make the move. 4 wide into turn number 3. Weishart supporting Borgstadt on the top side. That will get him the lead. Then it's Crest actually taking over the lead into turn number 3. Contact, and it's going to take out Mark Day, the most leading driver in the race. Man, I just froze up for words there. He collected Evan Black. We'll see what goes on here. Evan Black, I think, might be done, and he definitely is. Kelly Dahl, though, continues on, albeit with some damage and getting slowed down. Corey Silva at the tail end of the pack. Now my pick moves to him in case these guys are back ahead of him. Zach Campbell, your leader, coming to the line. It's going to be Weishart, actually, on the bottom. He got a run. He has enough, and it's Oh, man, excuse me. My voice decided to run out for a moment. All right, I've had a bit of a drink, and I really do apologize for that. I just called so much racing right there that my throat gave out for a moment. Campbell with a big move back to the bottom side to block. Weishart behind him. Then it's Simon Thornes and Corey Silva on the bottom. Crest going to lead into 3, though, and it's Borgstadt on the top. you see this field still battling about 8 cars strong. I'll see how Kelly Dahl is doing, actually. And he is still in this pack. Good for him. Good to see him still in it. I put my money on Corey Silva and Kelly Dahl for this personally. If these guys reckon it's likely. Simon Thorne's trying to lead, doesn't get it done. It's still Zach Campbell on the bottom. Weishart through the middle now. Here comes Kaz Bedford. Kaz Bedford getting into 4th. Going to fall to 5th as Borgstad gets a draft. Simon Thorne's on the top. Getting some grass there was Zach Campbell. Zach Campbell trying to make moves. Weishart now trying to get a run at Campbell. It's not going to work. Campbell through the grass. Clips it anyway. Throws up some grass in front of the bottom side of the field. Evan Black joins the fray, albeit laps down. Weishart gets a great run on Campbell. He's going to go high of that 15. Borgstad going to follow. Now McDaniel to the bottom as Campbell gets in behind Weishart. Weishart going to control that bottom lane into turn number 3. Campbell on the outside. McDaniel following Weishart. Good move from him. Borgstad momentarily blocked Simon Thorne's. Not sure why. Kaz Bedford now going to get underneath him. It's going to be Campbell, Weishart, then McDaniel coming to the line. They almost have a 3-car breakaway, which would be good for them. Campbell almost clipping that inside wall, playing it a little too close if you ask me. Kaz Bedford getting into this. He goes 3 wide, can't do anything with it. Weishart leads. Now Campbell leads into 1, but Weishart had that lap. Kaz Bedford, he wants the lead, but he has no help. Very top side for the 95. Not going to work out for him. Weishart to the bottom of Campbell. He has McDaniel helping. Here comes Corey Silva. He's 5th. He wants to pass Kaz Bedford. Then he would officially be in this battle. He has the help of Evan Black, who's a few laps down. It's going to be Campbell on the top side of Weishart and McDaniel into 3. I think Weishart and McDaniel is a pretty good pairing there. Now it's going to be Campbell actually holding pretty steady on that top line. Here comes Logan Kress getting back into the mix. Coming to 4 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and this race is the most exciting it's been all day long, and really, it's been exciting all day long. So far, it has been mostly Mark Day. He's out of the battle, though. He got wrecked, and now it's going to be Weishart and Kress battling to the line. Kress leads, but Weishart has the run. Weishart gets to the bottom side of Kress in turn number 1. He's going to bring Stephen McDaniel with him. Sorry, that's Travis McDaniel in the number 9. Keep messing that up. Kress now falls back to Silva, who is on the top. Borgstad in line on the bottom. Evan Black now getting into the fray once more, even though he is a few laps down. He was taken out in that incident with Mark Day as well. Into turn number 3, it's still Weishart leading. McDaniel following him. Campbell on the top side. Borgstad and Black, who's a few laps down, on the bottom. Now Black goes high. He's going to help out Campbell, who gets a run at Weishart. Has the lead, clears him through turn 4, doesn't move down just yet. Now he will out of turn number 4, and he has a big run, a monster run, and Campbell's now going to go back high. Use Evan Black, who goes high. He wants to get a lap back. That might put him back on the lead lap, actually. We'll keep an eye out on that. Now Evan Black controlling this pack, not for his own benefit though, actually possibly for his own benefit, but not for the lead. 3 laps to go, now just under. Weishart leading, he gets to follow that number 92 of Evan Black. We'll see how that pairing works out. Stephen McDaniel second, he's following Weishart. That's Kaz Bedford now in line to the bottom. Now McDaniel goes to the top side. He gets out of that mix on the bottom. Weishart going to go to the inside of Black. So now it's Travis McDaniel trying to lead that top line. Can't do anything with it, considering he has no help. Now McDaniel tucks back in behind Weishart, gives him a bump. Evan Black behind those two for the lead. Kaz Bedford third, Evan Black in here just to try and get a lap back. It's going to be, I believe that's Campbell and Bedford side by side behind these lead number 2. They're going for 4th. Sorry, 3rd and 4th. Zach Campbell with a huge lead. He's actually got the lead into turn number 1, leads that lap by a ton. Evan Black is only 1 lap down, so he passes Campbell there, gets back on the lead lap. A terrible corner from Zach Campbell. He goes back to the back, 2 laps to go. As they come down the back straightaway for the next to last time, it's the penultimate lap, and currently it's going to be McDaniel leading, but here comes Weishart on the bottom side. That's that white and red car, the number 5. McDaniel, the black and green car on the top side. Weishart has the draft in the 3, but gets aero tight. Can't do much with it. Now he's going to keep following Evan Black, but doesn't want to sit there. He's going to go to the middle. He's going to shove McDaniel up the track. McDaniel forced to go high and really going to probably lose out on that run to the start-finish line. Corey Silva down on the bottom. He almost entered pit lane there. He gets back into it. Borgstadt now looking to the inside of McDaniel and Weishart. He's going to make the move, has the run, does not lead. McDaniel leads at the line. Here comes Evan Black getting back into it. Final lap, white flag is out here in Indianapolis for the PTRTV Slowpoke 100. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been a thriller. McDaniel and Borgstadt lead. McDaniel on the top. These guys are 2 by 2. It's Borgstadt for second on the bottom. Now here comes Weishart. He has help from Kress. Kress now looks to the bottom. He wants to make a pass for the lead. He's going to do so, at least for now. Black on the bottom side, trying to get a lap back. Not sure what he plans to do. It's Kress trying to pass Weishart. Weishart has McDaniel now 3 wide into 3 as McDaniel opts to go high. Borgstadt falling back. Bedford on the top side behind McDaniel. Weishart has no help. Kress has Borgstadt almost contact further back in the pack. Kelly Dahl, Corey Silva still in this. They're going to have to go head-to-head. Now Silva gets hit, and it's Evan Black hitting him. A good save there for Silva. And now coming to the line, Travis McDaniel battling with the 15 of Zach Campbell, one of the strongest cars all day. Here comes Borgstadt. I'm not sure who's going to win. A big wreck coming to the line. Zach Campbell gets through. Now it's going to be Kelly Dahl. And I said I would put my money either on Kelly Dahl or Corey Silva if they wrecked, and Kelly Dahl is your winner, unofficially, from Indianapolis in the Slowpoke 100. What a finish. Quite frankly, I can't believe what we just witnessed. I do believe, by the rules of the payout, Kelly Dahl should still get the $20 reward. It's going to be Dahl, Borgstadt, and Silva for your top 3. I think 2 getting in the top 3 of the, or well, I guess the 2 drivers getting in the top 3 that I mentioned that I put my money on is pretty darn good, considering they finish 1st and 3rd. We're going to line up some interviews. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Once again, photo finish here of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerit at the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Indianapolis for the conclusion here, post-race actually, for the PTRTV Slowpoke 100. Again, a big shout out to the guys over at Primetime Racing TV. Check out their channel before they absorb into LSR TV. Again, check out Primetime Racing TV on YouTube or Facebook. Big shout out to those guys for making this happen. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to go ahead and get to talk to two of the top three drivers. We're going to start off with Corey Silva. Corey, do you have a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, Corey, being one of the main guys over at PTRTV, I think it's a pretty good showing for you to get the top three, but you almost didn't. Tell us about that run to the line.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 laps, everyone was setting themselves up for what we were going to have to do. You did not want to be in the top 4, really, in turn 3. So everyone was getting together, and I mean, I squeezed for a hole that wasn't there, and there was contact, and then I'm like, oh, well, I'll finish 8th or 9th, and then they wrecked, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a 3rd out of that, but it's mentally exhausting. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch there, and we're watching your onboard there. You get hit out of the way, and then the ticker's going to take up a little bit of it. I can try and prevent that. No. But anyways, as we watch your onboard here to the line, just what a run. I mean, you and Kelly were sitting back, and now you end up finishing in the top 3 with Kelly winning. Did you ever think with that strategy and, still having the field together out of turn number 4, you were going to get a 3rd place?
If I didn't have that little, I mean, first off, I don't know how I saved that car, but if I didn't have that happen, I thought I had as good a chance of any. I thought we would have been 7 wide, to be honest, to the stripe, but that wreck happened, and I knew I was too far back. I lost too much momentum. I couldn't get the draft up by that point. I would have had it by the next lap, but at that point, it was just like, let's salvage what we can, and like I said, that was so much fun. I want to thank everyone for turning out for that, and you for calling it. I hope that was a good show.
The entire race was a lot of fun to watch, and I will go on record in saying, again, I put my money on you and Kelly. Well, you guys, I think, had the best strategy overall because you could sit back and wait and actually avoid the wreck. You're going so slow with these cars. I think it really opens up your reaction time. Would you concur there?
Yeah, it's at the same time, it's like you have the reaction time, and especially where I'm in VR, you can see what's going on, but at the same time, there's so much going on. You're constantly scanning your surroundings, so it's like it's the slowest yet most intense thing that, to be honest, you'll ever do, especially here in Indy where it's so narrow.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully more of this happens because that was just incredible to watch. Congratulations on the 3rd place. Who do you have to shout out for it?
Well, of course, you for helping out on the call, and everyone at PTR TV, LSR TV, and like I said, all the guys who turned up, and it was good to be able to pull this together last second.
That it was. I really enjoyed it, and now we're going to go ahead and talk to the winner. It's going to be Kelly Dahl. Kelly Dahl, do you have a copy?
I'm right here.
Kelly, kind of the same situation as Corey. It's going to be a very similar interview. I had my money on you and him. You were sitting in the back actually biding your time, and you come out with the win. Out of turn number 4, did you think it was going to happen?
There was a couple of wrecks on the back straight, and then that same wreck, another wreck happened in the turn 4, and I thought I lost too much momentum to be able to make a run, and it just so happened that enough people wrecked in front of me, and I just kind of got lucky by hiding on the high side there to sneak through, even with a little bit of contact.
Yeah, we just watched your onboard, and you pulled a wheelie, getting into the 15 for just a moment there. Wheel-to-wheel contact, but either way, what a run for you guys. What was, I guess, the overall strategy aside from just sitting back? What were you as a driver and everyone else as a driver having to deal with this car being so slow, but also so susceptible, if I can get the word out, to the draft?
Well, it may have been slow, but you still did have to lift in the corners when you were in a pack. So if you kind of got caught away with that, trying to just push your momentum a little bit too much, you could slide up into the guy outside, which was the main cause of a lot of the wrecks we had. So that was the biggest thing we were dealing with. But again, it was just the strategy of when you wanted to try to make the move, because while it was slow, it was easy to handle, and it made it possible for you to really just run any line you wanted to around the corners. So at any moment, there was a passing opportunity. It's not like you had to wait for a straightaway like if you were driving an IndyCar around here.
Yeah, it was pretty clear that you guys could race 4 wide. Mostly 3 wide, I think, was a safe bet, but you could race 4 wide if you wanted to. With only the 2 set cautions, rather than having cautions for every little wreck, do you think it was a better way to run this race, or worse?
I think it was a pretty good way because you had those cautions that allow us to all to catch up. I mean, we each had 2 fast repairs in pocket. I definitely had to use one early on, but it allowed us to group back up. And even if we had multiple cautions for every wreck, I don't think it would have made too much of a difference because, I mean, normally it was really localized, just a couple guys wrecking out, and every restart we had the group of people that wanted to just immediately drop back. And there's a few people that did that. They dropped a little bit too far back. I wanted to at least, like, my strategy was to, yeah, it was to hang back, but I wanted to be at least close enough to touch the draft to be able to make a run when I wanted to, and that's just how it worked out for me.
Sounds like a classic Daytona or Talladega strategy to me. Real quick, Kelly, last question. Kind of wondering in the back of my mind how tire wear was with this setup. Decently hot temperatures, at least iRacing defaults. Was there any noticeable tire wear, or was it just flat out?
Didn't really notice too much tire wear. We didn't have very many runs, and we all just kind of took tires in the pits anyways. I think the most I saw for wear was 99%, but the main thing was the tire temperatures, because those did build up over time, and you'd feel the car free up a little bit more around the corners. If you were lifting off the throttle trying to make a corner, you could feel that back end start to step out when you were later on in the run when those back tires got really hot.
Well, Kelly, it was just a lot of fun to watch that race unfold, and really a crazy finish. Glad to be a part of it from my position, but from your position, who do you have to thank for helping you out?
I mean, really, I just have to thank Corey for inviting me along to take part in this, and he came into chat and said, "Hey, you guys do you want to run skippies at Indy?" And he asked me when I think we were under caution, what my initial reaction was, and he was thinking like, "What is this?" He was thinking that I would respond with, "What is this guy thinking?" I immediately was like, "I'm in for this. This sounds crazy. This sounds tons of fun." And really, that's how it turned out to be. I was expecting the 4 and 5 wide, and that's what we got, and it was an absolute blast.
It was certainly one of those races that you can just have fun in, and even with guys being incredibly aggressive, it worked for this kind of racing, I think. First of all, congratulations on the win. Second, hopefully you aren't deemed the cause of that first wreck like you were mentioning. Hopefully you do get your money's worth with $20 for the win. We're going to let you go, though. Kelly, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you very much.
And that was your winner, Kelly Dahl. We'll move him back down. A great win for him, and that was just a crazy finish out of turn number 4. And I think that proves that you can be aggressive, you can be sedentary, but really it just comes down to putting yourself in the right position for the right things out of turn number 4 coming to the end. So it was just a great race to watch for me. We're going to go over the results and then conclude the night. It's going to be Kelly Dahl again with just 1 lap led. And the old saying, you don't have to lead all the laps. You just have to lead the last one. And that's what he did to win here tonight. Cole Borgstadt finishes in 2nd place. We talked about him a lot. Corey Silva continuing the podium of the 90s, finishing 3rd place in the 94. No laps led, though. Zach Campbell finishes 4th. Simon Thorns 5th. Logan Kress 6th. Brandon Kreutz in 7th. Tyler Herr in 8th. Mark Day in 9th. He was one of the most dominant. He led 10 laps, a quarter of this race. Big day for him, and no pun intended. Travis McDaniel 10th. Rounding out your field was David Weishart, who finishes with 2 laps led in 11th. Cass Bedford finishes in 12th. Evan Black 13th. Somehow did get his lap back, it looks like. Congratulations to him there. Stephen Wilson finishes in 14th, 10 laps down, 2 laps led. Cody Tabor finishes 15th, 11 laps down. Jesse Kaplan finishes in 16th, 26 laps back. And that rounds out your field. Again, a big thanks to the guys over at Primetime Racing TV. Make sure to check out their channel before they stop broadcasting. But even when they do, they're going to still focus on some content. The content will change, though. So make sure you check out their channel regardless of when you're watching this race. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Pit Stop TV. Andrew Cardinale with the call. It has been an honor once again. Thanks for PTRTV putting me up here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to come back next time.